Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday the 14th of July 2021. So US June CPI comes out at 5.4 versus the 4.9 expected. So this moving higher once more and having an impact on the dollar and also the metals. Stocks, bonds and Bitcoin slammed after surging CPI dollar rate hike expectations spike. So is there a chance that the US will increase interest rates? Well, we've been through this last month when they were talking about increasing rates by, half of 1% over 2 years. So I think this is the only thing that's transitory, is this commentary that keeps coming back as opposed to the inflation. Transitory, US core consumer prices are rising at fastest pace in 30 years. This was the largest monthly increase ever reported for the used cars and trucks index, which was first published back in 1953. I'll have to have a look at that actually. I didn't know that existed. But if that's the graphic on the left there, you can see there's a big spike to the upside. News today, let's have a look. We've got UK CPI year on year at 7 a.m, which is when the futures open for the DAX. We've got the PPI at 1:30, crude oil inventories at 3:30, and then the big one for the day, I suppose, is Powell. He's speaking at 5 p.m, so that will affect the Dow, but not the DAX during our trading hours because it will be over by that point. So let's have a look at yesterday. What a strange afternoon is the only way I can describe it, which again we'll look at in more detail in just a moment. I've never seen such a mild reaction to such important news. I mean, talk about sending the memo out and saying, well, look, nobody trade this afternoon because we know we want to move the market down on this news, and we should move the market down on this news. And yet the market was incredibly quiet. I mean, just look at the size of the bar. Certainly some resistance around. I mean, that's just above the 89% area. If we just draw this in, you'll see that it is an area that's really, really important. Just above, as I say. But getting back below this area here is indicative of some weakness coming into the market. And prices moving towards the downside, which would be from here to begin with. That would give you the first run to the downside. However, the market's first got to close below the 5-bar moving average. It could hold here and reverse back to the upside as well. So you've got to cover both bases, both sides, and be prepared for both. But we're certainly in an area here where we could expect a bit of a move to the downside. Just to show you how quiet it was yesterday, here's the 30-minute chart of the Dow. And you can see the market moving lower, then it shoots up. You get that normal retracement, and then just traded for hours in a 50-point range. The distance between this red line and this blue line is only 50 points. You can see the market trading in that really, really quiet compared to the previous days. And it's the same in the DAX. And like I say, I've never seen anything like it. We just have a look at, this is the 15-minute, and again you can see from yesterday morning 50-point range, and then it was just nothing, absolutely nothing, as it waited for the news. The CPI news came out and the market made its way back up before the cash market opened, and then it just traded in a sideways range, which you can see there. We had a bit of a move down just as after 4 p.m. Then they bought back again. You've got that retracement, and then that was it. I've never seen anything quite like it given the news. And again, you can see this in the daily chart as the market traded up to the highs. I did sell into the high, but I got bored. It just wouldn't move. It just stayed in a sideways range. And now the market is just sitting sideways there. So again, like in the Dow, let's just cover the downside on this. We'll go from this low to yesterday's high, which was made overnight. It couldn't even come back and make a new high during the day. So they would be the downside targets. But at 38, you've got the 20-bar, and then above this, you've got the 5-bar moving average. So again, wouldn't expect too much to break through this unless there's some serious news to drive through this level. The market is due a correction. Whether they will allow it, because you can see that on all of the other occasions where they've moved the market lower, it's immediately reversed the following day and the market has been brought back. So let's have a look at the overnight. Really quiet at the moment. Again, just in a sort of 50 point range and below the DP and the close and the 200 MA, and stuck in a sideways move, but looking slightly positive, I suppose. There's the low for yesterday. The market will need to stay above this if prices are to move back to the upside. They will have the UK CPI to help bolster this if needed. Again, just a look in the 30-minute chart where you can see the bigger time frame and where we are. Again, you've got the low there, then the S2, which is only a few points away as well. It's only 30 odd points. So let's see what the futures market does when it opens at 7 a.m. following the news. Meanwhile, in the metals, gold is moving to the upside. It's obviously inflationary, but obviously gold is inversely related to the US dollar, which moved up sharply yesterday in response, trading to the 89%, which is now starting to move to the downside there. Hopefully will continue to move to the downside as well. In the silver market yesterday, the market moved to the downside once more. It remains in a sideways move, but is moving up at the moment. Still stuck in that sideways move. The longer it coils in the sideways move, the more energy it will store and then make a bigger move to the upside, but certainly making its way back at the moment. Maybe they're starting to believe that the inflation is actually not going to be transitory. But silver at the moment being allowed to move to the upside there. Okay, that will do it for this one. I haven't got anything to really go through for yesterday because nothing happened in the 2 minutes. If we just go and have a quick look, I haven't got the recording because the other machine is doing a Windows update that seems to be taking an eternity. So a quick look here and you'll see how quiet it was yesterday afternoon. It was just incredible. I've seen more movement during the Christmas Eve. And the morning, of course, we had that initial move and then the market stuck in a range as well, waiting for the CPI. I just hope today isn't a similar picture as they wait for Powell to speak later this evening. But very odd. Very, very odd indeed. I've not seen that at all, not given the sort of news that was the inflation news, which had been waiting for. Just incredible. Stuck in a 10-point range. Okay, that will do it for this one. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.